So we're here with Tim. We've had Chertsey here today, and you may recall last year both teams won their away games, and Chertsey got a good away record, so they were always going to be difficult today.
Yeah, we knew we'd be in for a tough test. They more than held their own last year, and this year, they've, especially recently, they've really picked up form and got some really good away results. So we knew we were going to have to be right on it. I'd spoken to a couple of people about them, and they were all really impressed with them. So we knew we had to put in a real performance to get something out today.
But we started really, really well, I thought, the first 5 minutes, and then blow me down, they scored.
Yeah, I think it was probably their one significant chance on goal in the whole game, to be fair, and it was just a bit of a catalogue of errors from us. Like you say, we'd started really well, and I thought, first half we controlled most of the game. We just lacked that bit of quality in the final third to really open them up and create something. But the goals are a disappointing one to concede from the moment it started building up to the finish. So it's something we can look at. We had a little look at it at half time as well, and we're able to give feedback straight away, which is great. So it was one of those where you don't panic. We're at home. We've gone behind a couple of times. It'd be nice not to go behind, but we know we're capable of coming back.
So it's 1-0 at half time. What did you say?
Just score some goals. Ideally, I said if we score 4 goals, that'd be no. But yeah, it's just about little tweaks at half time. Just how we could be better at creating chances, forging chances. That little bit of quality in the final third, because I thought, like I say, we had good control in the game up until then. Obviously they were looking to counter-attack, and they're really effective at that. But it was just about that bit more belief, that little bit of being clinical in the opposition box, and making sure that we were as miserly going the other way as we have been all season. And it was a much better second half. And
the first goal came 7 minutes in. Josh McCoy from the edge.
Yeah, really good build-up. The boys have worked really hard to get us into that position. Fletcher with some great work, Max taking it on and providing the assist, and Josh, great finish. I thought Josh, playing a bit higher today than sometimes he has this season, but he made so many forward runs into good areas, especially second half, and fully deserved his goal. Really well taken.
And you mentioned Will Fletch there. What a performance from the centre forward.
Yeah, I just think, when you're announcing man of the match, I think there could have been a number of them that were worthy of it. But Fletch, almost cuts a bit of a frustrated figure when he comes off, and Joe takes that, like we say, take the baton on and go and make us even better. But Fletch was a real handful today. I thought he grew into the game really well first half, and second half he was unplayable.
One of their men got sent off for a second yellow just after the hour mark.
Yeah, he'd had multiple fouls during the game. Obviously, first yellow for kicking the ball away, which is, as a manager, you're pulling your hair out. But the second one, I think it was his 5th or 6th foul. And you were given the referee decision to make. And for me, the right back probably should have gone before as well, stopping a promising attack on a yellow already. So it was gave us another bit of a lift, to be fair.
We've not always done well against 10 men.
Like that was last season, right? But that's the thing. I think the mentality of this squad now is that that's gone. That kind of hoodoo has left us, and I thought we actually performed in that situation really well. I thought we did what we were doing, but with even more intensity, and it was only a matter of time.
And it was really not a great surprise when Sam Roberts scored from a corner on 71 minutes.
You're saying not a great surprise.
Did you hear that from a corner?
Well, okay, from a corner, yeah. I was going to say Sam Roberts. Was he Melcham?
Melcham was his last one.
Yeah. But no, you're right. I thought we'd looked dangerous from crosses, especially second half and set pieces, and it did look like it was a matter of time. But we say to the boys, we want. Obviously delivery is important. I thought delivery for that was absolutely perfect. But we want them to really attack the space like they're going to mean it. Centre halves are an interesting creatures at times. They'll win every header in their own box. Sometimes they can't win too many in the other box. But I think Robbo and Billy and have shown that they can do that, and it was a great header from Robbo.
It was, and you've always said that having subs are really, really important, and it's a 15-man or 16-man game. And 2 of the subs scored for us. Cam Mullen, 84 minutes.
Yeah, Cam was unlucky not to start today. It was a bit more of a tactical thing rather than me thinking that he probably hadn't done well enough recently. Just wanted to be nice and strong in midfield, because we knew they were going to be big and strong, and a bit similar to Portugal last week, although with more quality. And Cam, I said to him, I wanted him to come on and really have that impact, potentially be a match winner. And he was more of a match securer today. But I thought he was excellent again. His energy you know, he took the baton on from Josh McCoy, who was brilliant, and raised it again. And yeah, really good finish. You know, people on the side are shouting that the pass from Fletcher had gone the other way, but it was perfect, and Cam's finish was ideal.
And then 2 minutes into stoppage time, Joe Smith scores goals, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's it. And I've just kind of, you know, said to him at the end, he's still a young lad. He's had probably more starts already than we maybe thought he would do with Fletcher's injury earlier in the season. And he's grown and grown. And sometimes, you know, he's going to be disappointed not to be starting. But actually, you know, just take the pressure off yourself. You know, if you're coming on in a game like that today, you know, why not go and do everything you can? I mean, there was definitely a Pass on to Alex Borges for him, but I love the fact that he's just got that tunnel vision to go and score a goal, and he'll just get better and better, and he just needs to, you know, stay positive. There are times where, you know, he is going to be having that impact off the bench, but we know he can do that.
Second half, Tim, we had 13 goal attempts, 9 on target.
Yeah, I thought second, like I said, it was that bit of quality, like, you know, so much control in the first half without really ever threatening enough, whereas second half I thought it looked like we could score every time we went forwards, and that's what we're about, you know. And especially with the sending off, you know, it was relentless. We didn't back down. We didn't sit in our shells. We didn't, you know, start doing things carelessly, like, you know, making poor decisions. We just took it on, and we got stronger and stronger. And, you know, 1-0 down at half time, sometimes you can fear that. We've been there before. We know we've turned it around, and we know we're good enough to do that again.
4-1, brilliant. 723 on a pretty naff afternoon.
Amazing numbers, especially, you know, obviously Paul at home against Gosport, which is another, you know, big game in the league. To get 723 coming again, absolutely fantastic. And it just, you know, even if they're not all loud all the time, it just gives you that buzz to feel that energy and that atmosphere around the ground. And yeah, we're going to need them again.
Really good performance today. So next up, we're away to Hungerford on Saturday. The following Tuesday, we're away to Hamworthy Rec in the Dorset Senior Cup, and then 2 weeks today we've got Chatham here in the FA Trophy. So great day for the club today. Well done, Tim.
Cheers.